What else do we watch? It's 4 a.m. almost. What should we watch? Ooh, this seems like a W video. Let's watch this. How Audi terrorized Europe. I drive an Audi myself, you feel me? Let's see why Audi terrorized Europe.
Audi has a problem. They unintentionally build the best getaway cars the world has ever seen.
Thanks!
Now, it's not just any Audi model, but specifically the Audi Rennsport. It is Audi's creme de la creme, the fastest, most capable versions of their lineup.
The R6, S6, actually, all the R6 and S models are are fast as shit. I drive a regular S class and I have an old Audi from the early 2000s. And when I tell you, when I floor it, that it still goes, it still flies. Original motor, a lot of things have not been changed out because a very good quality car and it still work, like it still be flying. I'm not gonna say how fast I've gone. You feel me? But Audi, I rock with Audi. I rock with Audi heavy.
Everything from the engine, the transmission, the all-wheel drive system, the differentials, and the cooling are fortified to withstand lap after lap of the Nordschleife.
And look at the body. Damn, like look at the curves. It looks sleek. It's modern. It's sporty. It just looks good, bro.
But still docile enough to get groceries and drop the kids off to school.
Exactly.
A jack of all trades and a master of all of them.
What
its reputation in the criminal underworld grew so prominently that in 2022, there were 493 reports of ATMs exploding in Bavaria and thieves making off with cash, and almost every single one involved what police would call a high-powered Audi, or in better words, a Rennsport model. It is the perfect tool to maneuver the cramped city streets, and then once out on the Autobahn, it can top out at over 300 kilometers an hour with a software flash readily available from plenty of tuning companies.
Why do I get these ads, bro? Why do I get these ads, bro? I swear to God.
Plenty of tuning companies. But why the Audi specifically? Surely a similarly equipped Mercedes-AMG, BMW, or Porsche could do the job just as good. Well, it's a little bit more complicated than that. The idea of a fast Audi didn't even exist until this car. It was the first production car to combine a permanent all-wheel drive system with a turbocharged engine, and it was called the Audi Quattro.
By the way, I'm gonna let you know on a secret about this exact car. The racing version of Audi Quattro goes from 0 to 100 in 2.4 seconds on gravel. That's in the specific, in the book, in the car's manual. If you read that car's manual, in other cars it just says it does 0 to 60, it does 0 to 100 that fast, right? In this many seconds. For this car, they had to specifically say 2.4 seconds from 0 to 100 on gravel, not on a good, well-maintained asphalt road like other car brands and everyone else was testing and making sure their car ran. On gravel. If you understand what that means,
The turbocharged 2.1-liter inline-5 engine was connected to an all-wheel drive system with 3 differentials. One differential inside the transmission, splitting the torque between the front and rear differentials equally. This car would be improved upon with the first Audi S model, the Audi S2 in 1990, which carried the same recipe, a turbocharged inline-5 engine, quattro all-wheel drive, but now a torsion or torque sensing center differential that could vary the torque split to either axle, improving traction even further.
the sounds.
And that car would lead to the first Audi Rennsport, the RS2 in 1994, but now everything was turned up to 11. Porsche developed the braking system, the suspension, the turbocharger was swapped for a larger unit to ultimately make over 300 horsepower. It accelerated as fast as a C5 Corvette, but since it was in this state, you could actually use it for activities outside of golfing. As their reputation grew, so did the idea of using them for getaway cars. On the 22nd of October 1996, a stolen emerald green Audi S2 was quickly linked to a ram raid of a jewelry store in Nuneaton, a quiet town in the United Kingdom. The raiders fled the scene in the Audi S2 and were briefly pursued by police before escaping into the night.
Fucks with
The
this
Audi
kind of
was later
video.
used for a burglary of a wine store, and as quickly as the chase was started, it
wine
ended with the
store.
Audi S2 making a clean getaway.
The
The Audi performance models during this era were still by and large underrated compared to its more prestigious counterparts. But that all changed when a new post-Cold War spy movie hit the scene. The 1998 film Ronin, which showcased the most realistic depictions of car chases in film history, featured an Audi S model, the S8. It was a full-size performance saloon, nimble on its feet despite its 1,700 kilogram curb weight, and its 4.2-liter naturally aspirated dual overhead cam V8 was the most powerful offering from Audi at the time. This powerful Audi was an instantaneous hit as a getaway car, and it also would prove to be too much for some unlucky individuals. They were stolen at alarming rates, just like your personal data. Now, if you're wondering what I'm talking about, there's these entities called data brokers, and they legally can collect all kinds of your personal ID under your to protect your data from hands. I used 10 of the consumer code delete me for thieves as a getaway car, but why not the AMGs or BMW M cars? Well, the deeper you look, it becomes a little bit more apparent. Take, for example, the early 2000s Audi RS6, powered by the Cosworth-tuned twin-turbo 4.2-liter V8. Its competition at the time was the Mercedes E55 AMG, an absolute brute with a supercharged 5.4-liter V8 and the BMW M5. The E55 made over 100 Newton meters more of torque than the Audi's twin-turbo 4.2-liter V8, and it had a faster trap speed than the RS6 and M5. But in the corners, the RS6 would produce higher G-forces than both the E55 AMG and M5 with the help of quattro all-wheel drive, and even had shorter braking distances. One of the most important aspects is that in wet weather, the quattro system made the Audi more controllable than the tire-shredding rear-wheel drive E55 and M5. And in some European countries where it rained sometimes 190 days out of the year, it was the clear winner as a getaway car in any kind of weather.
Zeva.
Gotta be faster. I gotta be faster, my bad. Why 2 ads? Why are you giving me 2 ads? I don't deserve 2 ads. I don't even deserve the 1 ad. And this is an unskippable long ad. God damn. Why?
Around the late 2000s, a new trend began to rise, specifically near the Dutch-German border: ATM bombings. And the Dutch even had a name for it: plofkraak. In the dead of night, thieves would target an ATM full of cash, first by breaking into the face of the ATM with a crowbar, then pumping the inside of the ATM with oxygen and acetylene gas, which is highly explosive when mixed. And with a remote fuse, the mixture is lit off with absolutely catastrophic results. Sometimes blowing up the cash entirely and the structure or structures around it, or sometimes making off with as much as 300,000 euros of cash. This type of thievery necessitated a powerful getaway car that could carry equipment like gas bottles, carry 3 to 4 people consisting of a skilled driver and 2 to 3 safecrackers, and also be fast enough to elude police on the Autobahn, since many gangs would cross from the Netherlands to the more cash-loving Germany to commit the crime, and 2 cars became overwhelmingly common during these raids: the Audi RS4 and the RS6 Avant. Being an estate car, it had the cargo space to carry all kinds of equipment, enough seats to carry 4 people, and virtually the same performance as the RS Saloon derivative. And with the flash tune removing the speed limiter, they could reach over 300 kilometers an hour on the open road fairly easily. They were so common they would get a nickname by German authorities: the Audi Band or Audi Gang. It wasn't just ATMs in Germany being terrorized by Audis either. In Italy, hundreds of Italian police officers were on the lookout for the infamous Audi Gialla, or the yellow Audi, wanted for more than a week for a string of robberies and burglaries.
Damn.
It was a ghost, only being seen on CCTV camera footage going speeds as high as 270 kilometers an hour in the opposite direction on the motorway, and also filling up for fuel, revealing it was an RS4 model. It kept Italy on edge, playing over and over in the news cycle before being found burnt to a crisp. And the driver, an Albanian national, Vasil Rama, later sentenced to 2 years in prison.
Good evening. A getaway driver who tried to outrun a police helicopter at speeds of 180 miles per hour has been jailed for 9 years. It's thought to be Britain's fastest ever car chase.
In the UK, the highest speed ever recorded during a police pursuit involved a helicopter in a stolen Audi RS5. The driver, Ben Westwood, was wanted for 15 smash and grab robberies prior to the pursuit, and abandoned the Audi to hide in a flat. But the heat signature of the RS5, after doing 100 kilometers of distance at breakneck speeds, led the police right to him.
Damn.
The judge told Ben Westwood that it was an atrocious piece of dangerous driving. Police say it's lucky he didn't kill someone.
The discreetness of Audi Rennsport models is a big problem for authorities. A common commuter Audi A6 looks eerily similar to an Audi S6, and that looks awfully similar to an RS6 with a 4-liter V8. The styling doesn't differ much from the grille, the bumpers, and the badging, which is hard to tell in the dead of night on the motorway, and many times criminals would debadge or downbadge the RS6 to look like a common A6, adding to the confusion and helping it blend in. This similar issue is what made American cars like the Dodge Charger a desired getaway car.
We're continuing. Stand by for a pit. They might be bailing.
Since the V6 GT, the 5.7 Hemi, the 6.4 Hemi, and the 700 horsepower 6.2-liter Hemi-powered Hellcat had nearly identical aesthetics, making it easy to blend into normal traffic, and the security system was vulnerable to easily purchased key programming devices sold on Amazon. The RS6 is essentially the all-wheel drive Hellcat of Europe, simple enough to steal, uncatchable on the highway, and
Hey,
hard to
facts,
spot with the
though.
untrained eye.
That's a good like terminology of how to explain that shit to American people. Yo, Audi RS cars and S cars are actually like the Dodge Chargers and Hellcats, bro. No bullshit.
Now, the Audi brand of today has been very quiet on how their performance models are preferred getaway cars, and for good reason. It's not wise to align your brand with criminal activities, something Dodge could learn a lesson or two from. But Audi kind of did that by bankrolling 3 movies that were glorified Audi commercials masquerading as action movies. Audi spent millions to have their cars front and center on the big screen, driven by Jason Statham in the Transporter franchise, and those movies left a lasting impression on a lot of people. The Audi brand of today likes to keep that era of their marketing department left for the history books. Audi themselves made a list of 15 movies featuring their models, and the Transporter series, which they helped bankroll, is left unmentioned. It's safe to say Audi is probably not too keen on their cars constantly making the news because of some heist or robbery, but maybe they shouldn't have built such a good car to begin with.
No. The car has nothing to do with the crimes, except that the people who do the crimes need a fast car. The car itself is made because it's a phenomenal piece of engineering and car manufacturing. Audi is just, when it comes to making a reliable, okay, today the reliability is a little bit of a question, but back in the day, reliable, them bitches can go faster as fuck, they look good, and they're practical. And it has not changed even to this day, except the fact that they are kind of like cutting corners or some things that don't let the car run the whole lifespan. There's going to be issues that come from those corners that they are cutting in this day of they I don't know how to speak English, my bad, but you get what I mean though. Need to be faster. I knew there was an ad coming. I need to be faster. But as I said, Audis are phenomenal piece of technology, bro. Like, if you ever drive an Audi and really like know what they mean, that's just fire. Is that the end of the video?
Because of some heist or robbery, but maybe they shouldn't have built such a good car to begin with.
Oh, that's the end of the video. Hey, W video, 337 speed. Hey, W video, I appreciate. Hey, that was a good video. But yeah, that's true. That's true. Whatever I was talking about before. It's 4 a.m. people. It's 4 a.m. I appreciate every single one of you who watched the stream today. I know I haven't been, before today I hadn't been streaming for a month, but that's okay. I am back. My life is getting better again. I am figuring this shit out, and I am going to be doing more streams. I appreciate every single one of you who clicked on the live stream, who has followed, who has subscribed on YouTube, who has liked any of my videos. I appreciate you all. And same as always, remember, what you stay focused on will grow. Love yourself, love the people around you, find peace, find happiness, and never give up. The dreams are there for you to achieve them. You feel me? So never give up. What you stay focused on will grow. And I will see you very soon again. Peace.